Here you are. Alright. I've had quite a lot of requests to do this, alright, in person and over, say, a couple of years or so. And it's to do with Attenborough's voice. I've had loads of emails about it, and loads of people sort of in real life have said, I bet you could pull it off. I bet you could pull his accent off. Even more incredible is not only I'm going to try and get the accent right, I'm going to try and get the face right as well. And even more stupidly enough, walking with dinosaurs. I don't even think that Attenborough narrated it. And even more stupidly, I'm not drinking wine. Let's give it a go. Let's see how it works out. I have no idea how this is going to go. Right. It's every bit as hilarious as it should be entertaining for some of you. Let's give it a go. Right. So, here in this series of talking with dinosaurs, I'm here clearly narrating this. Not quite sure how nature's managed to pull this one off. In the millions of years, in the millions of years of human evolution, many of achievements have been done. I'm now even completely lost for words. This is completely unscripted. Anyway, moving on in our episode here in the beginning of Talking with Dinosaurs. In the natural habitat at night, when most people would sensibly be asleep, this fine specimen is very much still awake. The watering hole is drying up. Even more incredible is in this episode of Talking with Dinosaurs, the dog isn't even drinking wine. He's finishing off a fine bottle of port. Quite a feat. I guess, even in nature, the old saying does ring true. Any port in a storm. Quite sweet. Clearly here, our animal in his late night natural habitat is enjoying it. Let's have a look, though, at the picture in the background of some of our other finest contestants. Here in the bottom, one has clearly had a little too much. Clearly trying to do something there with the number 18. Quite what that is, we still haven't worked this one out. Many years of research will have to be undertaken for us to understand quite what this dinosaur is up to. As you can clearly see, though, his eyes are definitely glazed over. We're definitely thinking he had to go for any port in a storm. The one slightly above is a little less inebriated, but by no means sober. Here, over his head, we can see the clouds. That must mean he's definitely got his heads in the clouds. An interesting feat by any standards. Moving back here, somewhat locally. Isn't it quite incredible that for millions and millions of years of human evolution, that we've ended up quite in this situation. Not quite sure how this has happened, but again, it has. Such an interesting specimen we have. Even the dinosaurs must be embarrassed by it. But hey, I guess this is dorking with dinosaurs. Such a fine tipple. Anyway, moving on to the interesting cover that we have. In the top left hand side, video double DVD. Unfortunately, as human evolution has progressed, we don't really use DVDs anymore. We're now actually moved on from there. Quite incredible. I'm pretty sure that was double DVD is actually a double measure of wine. Oh yes, and a very fine one it is, which is even more incredible because this is actually port. Anyway, we are going to have to pick this one up in part 2 of Dorking with Winosaurs. I am your dork and your Winosaur. In the next episode of this one, we are definitely going to have to look more at natural habitat. How the Winosaur gets its food, quite why it drinks coffee, and what the future is in general with that. Stay tuned for Dorking with Winosaurs. I am your host as always, and no fakery, no cheating. Like, comment, and indeed, subscribe. We'll see you in part 2, where I'm sure you will find it incredible. Mother Nature at his finest. See you then.